Hello, I'm Richard Coton. With Marjorie, my wife, we moved down from Scotland last June, and we're delighted to have joined the Trinity family. Today, in our Out of Egypt reflections, we've got to Exodus chapter 26. It's part of the instructions God gives for creating the tent where He'll meet the Israelites. To be honest, it's one of those chapters I've always been tempted to skip over, because it does feel a bit like one of those leaflets you get from IKEA on how to assemble flat pack furniture. But then, today, verse 1 just leapt out at me. I'll read it for you. Make the tabernacle, God says to Moses, with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, with cherubim woven into them by a skilled worker. Now, the Israelites had had a very gritty, grey existence. They'd been living in mud huts, and now they were trudging with their animals through the desert. The desert isn't like some beautiful sandy beach. You only have to be there for a day before the monotony and lack of colour really starts to get to you. And of course, there was enormous uncertainty and fear about where they were going. Especially if you're feeling a bit like that today. Look at what God is saying to you in this verse. This explosion of colour in my tent of meeting, God says, is the creativity, the joy I want to give you. And more than that, look at the cherubim embroidered all over the curtains. Previously, when you saw those cherubim, those super angels, they were standing outside the Garden of Eden with a flaming sword to keep you out of paradise after you'd totally messed up. But now, look, there is no sword. The cherubim are welcoming you back to God. Oh, you're still in the desert, but I'm here too, says God. Each time you meet me, it's a foretaste of paradise. The long journey back to Eden has begun. Yahweh, our Father, sometimes over the last year it does feel that we're trudging through an endless desert. And it doesn't help that the view from our screens is that life is all about power and control, putting me at the centre. Thank you that you always walk beside us and this marvellous family of Christian brothers and sisters. Give us grace to trust the power of love, not the love of power. And can I ask you to pray for Christians working in journalism and the media? Pray for encouragement and effectiveness in conveying the real truth about life, and pray that more Christians will be called to this key area. Thank you.